Hey, today we're going to talk about manifesting your reality by following the signs and changing timelines. Once again, I'm going to show you through examples of what I did to achieve my timeline. So last year around this time, I was staying with my mom, trying to help her out a little bit, but it was time for me to go. And as we all know, you got to make at least 3 times as much as the rent to get out. So I wasn't making that much. So apparently I got stuck. And then we had a little bit of problems. So I had to get out of there. So I started making uncharted videos that some of you know on Patreon, where I would just go out and just live on the road, sleep in my car, stay in hotels sometimes. So just to get a break. I filled out over 60 applications and nobody would hire me. I have a degree, I'm debt free, nobody would hire me. I don't know what was up. I had no idea what was the problem. So I was stuck. So one time I made an uncharted video around this time last year. It was March. Matter of fact, it was March 24th. I made a video about once you go out unplanned, things sometimes works in your favor. And I followed the number that was on this truck.
That number on the back of that truck is that one that's in the triangle on the diamond, 3257. And 2 and 7 is 9, 8, 17. The number is 17. That's my lucky number.
And I wound up buying a lottery ticket that matches that number.
Number 17. Okay, here we go.
And on that ticket, it had blue diamond on it, not knowing that was the first sign. And as I always keep telling you, the first one is a coincidence. The second one, you need to start paying attention. The third one, you need to make a change. That was my first one. I didn't know that until later. We have rain. I hope you can hear me. So a couple of months after that lottery ticket, I made a video about finding a ring. Some of you already know it. Patreon know more of the story. I found this ring and it was like a blue diamond.
But this time I'm just talking about when I parked at one parking spot, and this is about a month ago. I found this ring. As soon as I opened the door, it was right there on the ground. So it's got damage on it. It looked like it's been stepped on, but if I can get in focus. So this is about a month ago, maybe a little over a month ago. I brought it home just in case, and I put it on the dresser, and it got covered up and I forgot about it. So when I was cleaning out the dresser, I seen the ring and I decided to look at it with a magnifying glass because, you know, I can't see too well now. The camera can't see too well either. And then I looked at, the name is Levian. I never heard of Levian. And on the other side, it's actually 14 karat gold.
And I didn't know until somebody, and I never see these things until somebody make a comment. Somebody made a comment about the lottery ticket was also blue diamond.
But I wasn't thinking about that until I read this comment on Mr. Visions. That's too coincidence for me, a blue diamond. I need to start paying attention.
And that's when it hit me. That's number 2. So I need to start paying attention. So when I got that ring, I just put it to the side for a couple of months, didn't even think about it. And then I hit a low point. And during my life, and some of you already know this from past videos that's been following me for a while, I always hit a low point and then I hit a high point. And then it's low and then it's high. So I was at the low, so I knew a high point was getting ready to come. So I was cleaning up my room and then I seen that ring. And I decided to take a closer look at it and found out that it was real gold. So I went to go have it looked at and everything, and found out it was a nice ring, a really nice ring. And I already said that what was the plans with this ring.
And then finding out that that stone is worth more than what it is. And I was like, is that the universe way of telling me I'm going to give this to somebody? Because that's the way I looked at it when I first got it. Because if it wasn't that, it would have been a male's ring. To me, that's what I think. It would have been a male's ring for me. But I believe the universe gave me that ring to give to somebody. And I'm not saying it's her, but everything is connecting way too well. I don't know.
So after that, I just knew it was time for me to go. I started, in my mind, I was already prepared that I was getting ready to get out that house. And I knew I was going to have my own place by winter next year or the following year. I mean, winter either last year or this year. I just knew I was going to have a place by the winter time. But I wasn't sure how I was going to get it because nobody would hire me or anything, so I didn't know what was going to happen. So something told me I needed somebody on my side because I didn't really have anybody on my side. I needed a partner. So that was telling me that I probably need to start dating somebody. And in my situation, I wasn't in the position to date but I did it anyway. I went on a website, a dating website, and threw myself out there. I met a couple of people. Well, actually, I didn't meet them. I met them online. I never really actually met them, but I talked to a couple of people. But as soon as that started picking up, me and my mom were head on, and I had to leave. We just had, as she said, clash of energy. We just couldn't get along real well, so it was time for me to go. And I mean, I was blindsided. I had to leave within a few days. So I wound up going to my sister's house in another state. So those people that I was talking to kind of sensed something was off, and they fell off. So I just hung at my sister's house, and like after I moved in with my sister, and it was kind of like still low point in the situation. After I moved in with my sister, somebody contacted me on the website, and they lived in the same city within 20 minutes of my sister. So that was a coincidence right there for me. But the only thing that's off about that was this person lived in another state. She only visits here and stay in that city. But we got along real well. So when we did a video chat one day, I noticed she had a pendant, a necklace that had that blue diamond in it, a sapphire.
She just happened to be wearing an Ankh pendant with a blue crystal in it. You already know the blue crystal is a sapphire, her birthmark. So that's 3 blue diamonds. That's 3 blue diamonds, so I had to make a change. And I already knew what I was gonna do after I seen it. That was a sign.
That was the 3rd sign. Right there, your 3rd one, you need to make a change. And my change was to keep talking to her. And I come to find out, she was a phenomenal, and I take that back, she is a phenomenal woman. So we talked for months. We talked for hours, and just everything clicked. But before I even met her, my car broke down. So I told her my situation, how things were, or my living situation. She still stuck around. I told her I didn't have a job. I'm trying to look for a job. She still stuck around. I told her that my car went out. She still stuck around. And even when she visited, she didn't even mind riding in my old beat up pickup truck. So that was cool of her. She's really, really cool. So after trying to fill out more application, because I wanted to see her more, because I know if I don't get a job soon, I won't see her too much longer. So she was sending me links to different jobs, and surprisingly, one of the links hit, and it was the same job I did when I was in Georgia. Crazy, right? So I filled out the application. I wasn't sure how it was going to go because everybody was telling me no. But I wound up getting that job in October, but it started in January. I got the job, and what I'm trying to say is, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have got that job, because when I was looking, I didn't see that job posted. I didn't even try looking for that job, but I didn't see it posted. I was looking for jobs, but that one wasn't posted, but she found that job, sent it to me, and I got that job. So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have got that job. That's from following the signs, following that blue diamond. So I kept following that blue diamond.
So I'm following the diamonds, and let's see where it goes. It could be good, it could be bad, but either way, it's leading me out of this simulation. It's leading me out of the old simulation into the new. That's what I'm trying to say.
And it was just so many coincidences back to back to back with her. And she's seen it too.
She's very smart, but we had these deep conversations, and I needed someone like that. So I was like, is this a sign? So, but the first weekend while we was talking, I didn't call her that weekend because I told her that I was gonna call her Saturday, but going by the last girl that I was just talking to, and she got all her friends, and she talking about all these things she gonna do with her friends. So I already just assumed, especially being in Atlanta, women like doing a lot of stuff with their friends. So I thought she was gonna be busy because she talked about her friends, so I didn't call her. And then I kind of figured it was done with anyway. I was like, I'm not really her type, so I left it alone. And Saturday went by, Sunday went by, and she called me Monday. But what's crazy about it was, I think Sunday, I went to Camden, and there was another repeat. So crazy repeat. When this is the kit for the air conditioner, and it's sitting on a chair by the door. So yesterday when I went to one of the leasing office, they had a chair sitting by the door with this same kit tied up just like that, on the boots just like that. A repeat. something's about to change. And like I say, when there's a repeat, you jump timelines. So right at the same day of that repeat, she called me. That was a do-over for me. So I missed the first one. I was supposed to call her, but I didn't. So I jumped back to a repeat, and I had to make it was changed for me. So she called me and told me what was up. Why did I stop calling her? And I told her the reason why, and after she cursed me out a little bit, we laughed about it and all that. So if she didn't call me, we wouldn't have been talking. That's twice. But I wasn't counting that as a coincidence. It's just weird that I could have lost her twice, so it was meant for me to talk to her. This did either the same day or the next day. That's when Blue Diamond came in. And that's another thing I wanted to tell you too, I forgot. She said after I gave her my number, that's what it was. After I gave her my number on the screen, she couldn't get back in anymore. She was locked out. And they said it was like a virus. So she never got back on after that. So if I didn't give her my number, we would have never been talking. But it's strange that after I give her my number, she can't get back in.
So I did my tests and everything, you know, the drug tests and all this other stuff. And I was hired, but I had to start in January. So still, I didn't have no money. I didn't have my own place. I just had to stick it out for another 3 months. During that time while we was talking, I made another video about that ring. I said I was going to either keep it for a store value or give it to someone. So days went by, we talking on the phone every day. It's almost like we know each other. And this where Blue Diamond comes into play. When I found that ring, to me, that was the universe giving me something that I would need in future timelines. When I opened my car door, there it was just flickering in my face. That was a gift. And with this gift, I had two options. Keep it as a store of value for emergency, which I found out after it was real, or give it to someone. Right now, she's the only one I could think of giving it to. But I wasn't thinking about that until I read this comment on Mr. Visions. That's too coincidence for me, a Blue Diamond. I need to start paying attention. During this time while we was talking, I started calling her Blue Diamond and started making series on Patreon about how this story is developing. So many bizarre and weird coincidences kept happening. Some of them so unexplainable. It happened every time we was together. And it even happened when we wasn't together over the phone. It's just so many crazy coincidences that kept happening. So it let us know that this was supposed to happen. We supposed to be in this timeline. But things got a little twisted again. Fast forward to January 2024, we had a falling out. We broke up a day before I started my job. What are the odds? I'll spare you the details. It's in Patreon. I'm not going to put that on YouTube, but was she in my life for me to get that job I asked for? Was she in my life for me to get the apartment I asked for? Nah, because I asked for a little bit more than that. When I asked the universe, I asked for a partner. That's how I got her. I asked for a partner that was smart. I asked for a partner that gave me balance, and she gave me balance. So it has to be more to this. We still talking, but we trying to work things out. And it's just odd that it happened the day before I started working. So I couldn't really concentrate because on that job, I'm on a 6-month learning 6-month class, and we take tests almost every week, sometimes 2 to 3 tests a week. It's constant testing. That's why a lot of times I don't have time to make a video because I'm studying. But I got my apartment, so she was in my life for a reason. So 5 days after I started that job, I took that ring to get fixed because you know it was damaged. I went to get it fixed and hope it was supposed to take 4 weeks. So I planned for her to come see me 4 weeks. And she did, and nothing wasn't working right. Everything was wrong. Everything I planned, and as I always keep saying, once you make plans, the universe makes plans for you. Everything I planned was not working out. Even the ring, it wasn't ready. So I didn't tell her about the ring. So the ring was ready the following weekend, but she was back home. So I couldn't really present it to her. So the situation, it's like a gray area. So we don't know where it's gonna go. So I got the ring fixed. I got it stretched to her size. and found out it's worth way more than I thought it was. I got it valued from the place that fixed it. And I know I said before that I was going to get married again, but then the universe gave me exactly what I asked for. Everything I asked for in a woman, she fit the bill. So what am I supposed to do? I'm going to give her that ring. But this is the funny part about it. You know, when I talk about the point on my subscribers, the point on my subscribers, the 0.5, the 0.6, the 0.7, I mentioned that every time that point changed, something significant happened in my life.
Something I want you to focus on. When you come to my channel, I need you to start paying attention to this digit right here. Since I'm shadow banned, this is the only digit that ever moves slowly. And here's one of those weird things. Every time something significant happens in my life, that's when that digit moves, which I will show you soon in another simulation video. This is why I want you to focus on it. I want to see if there's a different outcome. Nothing happened yet, but it will soon.
When it changed to 0.5, that's when I moved here. When it changed to 0.6, that's when I had officially cut off my ex-wife. When it changed to 0.7, that was personal and it was life-changing. I only put that on Patreon Dark. I couldn't really talk about that, but it was life-changing. And now, the same week I get an apartment, I hit 0.8. You got to know how the universe works for you. It don't work the same for everybody. You just got to notice the patterns. So when I see those patterns, I know I'm in a new timeline. So that's the pattern that works for me. It changed to 0.8 the same week I got the apartment. So here's another bizarre thing. I think a week before she came and saw me the last time, she told me that an ex came to her that she used to date years ago, presented her a ring, and asked her to marry her. Because I guess he knew about me or whatever. I think that's a punk move. You wait till somebody that's already involved, then you come out the blue because you couldn't find nobody else better. But he came, she showed me the picture of the ring, but she never accepted. But she was looking at that ring. So I was like, what does that mean? But I wasn't worried about it because I had the blue diamond. And the only reason that we got this far is because I was following the signs. So the question is now is, I'm going to give her that ring. And I'm going to tell her what I want to tell her. The question is, will she accept? Stay tuned. The point of making this video is that you can manifest your reality. You got to ask the universe what you want. You have to be specific and you have to follow the signs. And you have to recognize the signs to follow them. If you start doing things and making plans and think a lot of times things don't work out. The universe will always present signs to you even if things look bleak. Look, last year I was homeless. I had just a pickup truck. As a matter of fact, I got a new vehicle as well. What are the odds that Bitcoin shoot up the moment I needed it the most? And I said, put your money in Bitcoin. And now it went up enough where I had a substantial down payment to get me a nice vehicle. How about that? I just got that a couple of weeks ago. So I got a new apartment, new vehicle, and a love in my life. So that's everything I asked for. So you can do the same thing. All you have to do is trust the universe, stop following other people, and do you. Follow the signs. Once you get what's that I say? First one is a coincidence. The second one, start paying attention. Third one, make a change. I made a change because I seen that third one. So I pursued what that third one was. Anyway, everyone have a great day, and I would try to make more videos. This class I'm in is taking up a lot of my time, and I don't mean like just at work, which is killing me because just having a weekend off, especially after I had weeks off, the weekend is way too short. And then I have to study the other time when I'm home. But I got my own place. I'm happy about that. So, until next time, I'll talk to you later. Peace. Oh, one more thing. I made a video saying that by the time my retirement date comes, I will be making more money than I did at that job. And now, my retirement date was actually March 18th, 2024. I'm already making more money than I did at that job. Follow the signs. Your reality is there. You just have to follow the signs and change timelines. That's how it works. That's how it works for me. I can't be the only one. So, again, have a great day. Talk to you later. Peace. you.